What's up, everyone? It's Phoenix here, bringing us a little bit something different. This is technically not a blind reaction, but I finally decided to do something where basically I do a commentary instead of a reaction. It's still gonna have reaction in the title, but this is more of a commentary than it is a reaction. I've already seen the video. I've already, done my reaction to it. But now I'm going to be using this to provide criticism, commentary, sort of reviewing the video in a way, because I know a lot of you guys want to hear my opinion on, these videos, but I've already seen them, so I can't really do a reaction to them. So I just realized that I could just do a commentary, which is something that I'm very capable of doing. So, let me know what you guys think about this style of a video. It's not a blind reaction, but it's more a commentary. In fact, I'm going to be commentating on this more than usual because I do know the context of this video, and I do know, I already know what goes on, so I don't have to react to it in the same way that I would a blind trailer or something like that. So let me know what you guys think about this style. Would you want to see more? And what you guys think of overall in general. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I figured we would start with probably one of my favorite series, and that's work stories about sooubway. All of the sooubway videos are very entertaining. I really enjoyed watching them, and I think it's great.
I think that everyone at some point in their life.
Also, don't forget to follow TheOdd1sOut. Link in the description.
Should work in a fast food or retail job. Not to improve their work ethic or anything, but so that everyone knows what it's like to have that kind of job. They wouldn't work.
Yeah, I mean, it is very good to have that experience because it's a tough job. If you ever worked in retail, waitress, hostess, that sort of type of thing where you have to cater to specific customers and clients, you know that it's a very tough job. You get the wackiest experiences, you get the wackiest, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get really good customers who don't do anything, and sometimes you get really, really interesting people. I think it's good for everyone to have some sort of an idea of what working in a retailing shop, or working as a retailer, working as a waitress or stuff, some sort of in that sort of area, because it gives you more of an idea of what waitresses and people with that job have to go through every single day, and that's why it's very important to be respectful towards waitresses and waiters. Even if they do, mess up sometimes, it's because they're human. And being able to work a retail job yourself or something like that is very important because it gives you it puts you in their shoes, and then you can understand a little bit more when they screw up, when they mess something up. You can understand it because that's just how life is. People are human, people make mistakes, people get orders wrong, it just happens.
Fast food their whole lives, maybe just like for 6 months, just so they get a feel for it. So with that, let's talk about the time when I worked in fast food. I used to work at a very small local sandwich shop. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it. It's called sooubway. Our spokesperson was in the news recently.
Yeah, that guy. I think everybody knows that guy by now. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys look at the news. Did you hear he got beat up in jail? I kind of want to meet the person who beat.
Yeah, that's actually a very common thing. Is that, even criminals don't like pedophiles and rapists and all those stuff. All those people get beat the heck up because even criminals who murder people don't like them. That's how bad pedophilia and rape is because And it makes sense also, obviously. Those are like the two most heinous crimes that you can commit. Because it's one thing to maybe kill an adult, not that I'm consenting to it, no. But it's another thing to, molest and do that to a child. You know, it's kind of interesting in a way that those are the people that do get beat up more so in prison, to the point where they have to be isolated, otherwise they're going to get murdered in prison. It's just an interesting way of thinking about it. Obviously, most of those criminals have done just as bad things. Most of those people have, but it's still interesting to think that even criminals know that that's wrong.
Beat up Jared more than Jared. Not in person. We wouldn't meet in person, obviously. But, he would be behind bars, and I would just look at the guy who beat up my spokesperson. How many people get to say that they beat up a fast food icon who is also a pedophile? Only one, and it's that guy. Okay, but seriously, guys, working at Subway was probably one of the most easiest jobs out there. I don't know why I'm about to complain about it to you guys. We got free cookies. And the comic with the Subways in Hell? I was actually working at Subway when I made that comic. I just think it adds sort of a little bit of value to it. You see, the owners, who are husband and wife, can you believe it, of the Subway I worked at owned 2 stores. One of the Subway stores was in a Walmart on an Indian reservation, because we have those in Arizona, and the other Subway was the Subway I worked at. And since the Walmart store was always busy, the owners would spend 99% of their time at that store. So I didn't really have a boss most of the time. On the off chance the owners did show up, they would just pick up some food and then they would make sure I was making sandwiches the right way. And every time I made a sandwich in front of them, they would...
That's a lot of olives. I want that sandwich. They never put enough olives on the sandwich. And it's because, they're restricted to how many they can actually put, but it's so annoying when there's only 3 olives on a foot long.
Would always find something wrong with it, without fail. You put on too many olives. Do you know what...
You can never have too many olives.
According to the Subway formula, you're only supposed to put on 8 olives.
6 olives on a foot long?
On a foot long? 8! One for every other bite. That's just ridiculous. Can you imagine someone just counting out 8 olives? Nobody does that. I usually worked the closing shift, and at the end of the night, we would turn the alarm and we have 60 seconds to get out of the store. But one time I had the opening shift, so I unlocked the door to get in with my key, and the alarm went beep, beep, meaning I had 60 seconds to turn it off. No big deal, right? I've turned the alarm on all the time when I was closing. So I go to the little control panel, and I type in the code, and nothing happens. The beeping is still there, and the clock is still ticking down. So I go, okay, I'm going to press each button very
Yeah, say it.
I'm going to make sure each button makes a beep when I press it. Beep. Nothing still happens. So I go, okay, I'm going to make sure to press each button very carefully. And
don't do that.
Did they change the passcode without telling me? Well, this is the only passcode I know, so we're just going to try it again. And I press each button very carefully. Beep. 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 And it goes quiet. And then the alarm goes off. I still had 20 seconds left. But I guess when you get it wrong 3 times, it automatically assumes that you're a burglar.
Yeah.
So while the alarm is going off, I look on the contact sheet for the owner's cell phone number. I step outside. I call him.
Still going off.
Doesn't pick up. So I go back inside, find the number for the other Subway store. They open now.
Yeah, if it didn't work the first 2 times, it's probably not going to work the 3rd time. And the 3rd time, it's probably going to go a little bit worse. That's how it usually works.
Hour before we do, someone picks up with their stupid voice. Oh, thank you for calling Subway. I'm blah, 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 blah. How may I help you? And I go, hey, is Mike there? That's not his real name, guys. Don't worry. And they go, just a minute. Yeah, sure. I have all the time in the world. The cops might be on their way, but take your time. So, Mike picks up. Yellow. Hey, Mike, this is James. What's the passcode for the alarm? Who is this? It's James. What's the passcode? What are you doing there, James? Why aren't you answering the question? I have the opening shift. Is the alarm going off? Yeah, no one told me the new code. Yeah, we changed it. It's the last 4 digits of your social security number. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mike. I don't know my social security number. But I finally get the alarm off. No one showed up, thankfully. which I actually don't know if that's a good thing or not. Now that I say it out loud. We did have a store manager who would like make the schedule, and sometimes
I think some alarms don't automatically call the police. I think there are certain alarms that do. That do. If it goes off, it automatically calls police and they come. But I think, I could be wrong. I think there are some that don't directly call the police. Or, directly alert the police. I mean, I guess it would make sense for it to work that way. I don't know. I mean, I know for fire drills, at least, you can set it so that you can tell the, call the fire department and say, hey, we're doing a drill and we're going to pull the fire alarm. And they won't come. I guess, I don't really know. Is it police drill?
tell us, hey, can you guys do a better job at your job? But other than that, she was cool. She watches my videos, and so do her little brothers. They're big fans. Shout out to Ivan and Andy. Those are the brothers. So get this. At Subway, you only work with one other person. Just you and them in an empty Subway for 5 hours. I mean, we weren't like empty all the time, okay? And when you're not making sandwiches, you have other stuff to do, like stocking the chips, or we had stuff to do. But okay, we did watch a lot of Netflix and do homework, so I mean, it was that other person you worked with would make or break your entire shift. It wasn't the annoying customers. I kind of got used to annoying customers. So I worked with a lot of crappy people. And I also worked with a lot of people who I would probably never become friends with except in a work setting. You see?
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of those people. You're gonna have people that you get along with and people that you don't. It's just how it works in the retail and that sort of type of job. There are going to be people that you like and people that you don't like and people that just find kind of meh. It's fine.
So you gotta understand the type of people who got jobs at Subway. Potheads. Most of them are potheads. And some of them are really cool. I'm just going to go over a couple of the characters that I worked with.
I mean, yeah, that's the whole stereotype that, those are the people that get those types of jobs. They work at McDonald's, they work at Wendy's, they work at sooubway. It's easier to get when you get a job like that when you have maybe not the best record. Because a lot of real jobs don't want that sort of record for their employees, and so it's hard. And they have to resort to getting jobs like this. Not that there's anything wrong with this type of job. It's just that they're limited more on the options that they can choose from.
Tyler, I freaking love this guy. He smoked a lot of weed. He actually taught me what vaping was, and he got me into Clash of Clans. I actually mentioned him and his girlfriend in my riddles video. I don't know if I ever told him that. And of course, I have to mention Corey. He was cool. We watched How to Get Away with Murder on Netflix, and I've also hung out with him outside of work.
It's a good show, How to Get Away with Murder. I haven't been watching it recently, though, so...
Tyler had in common is that they would actually do their job, which you gotta appreciate. Then there was this guy, and get this, who was also named Jared, and he was fat. I know, right? He's like Jared before. He loved marble, and that's like the only thing he would talk about. I can say these things. He doesn't watch my videos. There was Sarah. She was cool. She made me a bread bowl. And her boyfriend, Jay. He talked about chakras and third eyes. He was interesting. And also, there's Anthony. He's cool. What's up, Anthony? For the 100,000 sprinkles video, I actually went back to Subway to use their scale because I knew they had one. And we counted 500 sprinkles again just to be more accurate for the...
That sounds painful. Counting out 500 individual sprinkles.
100,000. And Anthony helped me count instead of working. I mean, at least he got paid minimum wage for it. So 2 more stories before I go. One time, Jared asked me to take out this pile of trash, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just put this pile of trash in the dumpster. And as I was taking it out, I saw that there was a chip poster in the pile, and I thought, this is too cool to throw away. I'm gonna keep it. So I took it home with me, and then the next day when I went in, people were saying, oh, where's the chip poster? We can't find the chip poster. We haven't seen it anywhere.
Yeah, you stole the chip poster. How dare you? It's like stealing a pencil, which I sometimes accidentally do all the time.
I'm thinking, I have the poster. I decided not to tell anyone that I had the poster, and it's still hanging up in my room. Sorry.
You can just tell them that you accidentally threw it away. I mean, it was in the pile, so you can blame Jared on it.
Hey boss, if you're finding out about this now. Okay, and then the other story, I was working with a manager and we were just making sandwiches like usual. And I noticed that when we toasted a sandwich, it would burn the paper a little on the edges. That probably shouldn't be happening. So then a customer asks for just bacon toasted. And the boss lady puts some bacon on paper and then puts it in the toaster. And we don't have a setting for just bacon. So when she opens the toaster, there was a fire on the bacon. So then she starts to whack it with the little metal tray thing, but all she ended up doing was fanning the flames.
Yeah. Never fan a flame. Never whack it with something. Never blow air into it because it feeds off of oxygen. When you whack and you sort of wave in its direction, you are going to make it worse than it already is because you're feeding it oxygen, and that's what spreads the flames. You don't want to spread those flames high and bright. You want to spread the figurative and symbolic flames high and bright.
Making the fire bigger. You got this, right? Then I went in the back and I got the fire extinguisher and I actually used it. I single-handedly saved that
good job.
Wait, what have I done? Is it okay if the bacon's a little crispy and has nitrogen and carbon dioxide stuff on it? Wow, I didn't even mention a single bad customer experience. Well, I don't want the video to be too long. I should make a part 2. I'm gonna make a part 2 and it's just gonna be stories about annoying customers.
Okay. Don't forget to wear your seatbelt. Yeah, that's fun. You know, like I said, I already saw the video, so there's nothing surprising, this wasn't a reaction video, this is more of a commentary. So let's commentate on it. A lot of people, from what I've noticed, when they critique animators like Jaden and TheOdd1sOut and people like that, Storytime animators, is that they critique the white space that they use for narration. When they're just doing narration and they're not animating. But I think, honestly, I kind of like it that way because it brings more attention to their actual character and doesn't have like a distracting background and distracting images. Like, I think if you have neutral backgrounds, it's better than... Because honestly, if I were like a legitimate... like a lot of YouTubers use plain backgrounds, they use, green screens, they use, something to give a neutral background, or they use a blank wall. And I think that's sort of similar to what James and Jaden do when they don't put an actual background behind them, is that it brings attention to more of their character and what they're saying. It's not as distracting. Yeah, sure, they could probably animate some of the things that they say, but not everything should or would necessarily fit as being animated individually, and it would take a lot longer. So just being able to sort of make it seem like this is just another one of those YouTubers who just tell story times, because storytime YouTubers just sit there and just tell the story. Some people think that it should be more centered. Their character should be more in the center of the screen, and I could see that because there is a lot more blank space when you have it to the right or to the left of the video. That's just how it works. But I don't think that's I don't think that's that big of a deal. I kind of like the style that they used, and I like the sort of way that they tell their stories. Everyone's style is unique and different.
Work ethic or anything?
I definitely like James's caricature and how when he does the characters, they're usually in his style, in his own way, and it's not just drawing the characters how he sees them. It's just you add a few features, but you can tell that they're different. But it's also, you can tell it's his style. Maybe he'll color them in, maybe he won't, but it's still good. I I really find this video entertaining. He brings up a lot of good points. He doesn't necessarily need to animate every single scene. I don't think. I think as long as the general point is being brought across, I think it's fine. There are a lot of great animators on YouTube and a lot of great people who do this type of stuff, and each and every person has their own style and their own way of telling story. It's actually because of, Jaden and James that I've started sort of getting into more. I have a DeviantArt now, because I think I'm not some profound artist at all, but I like when they say, that every artist has their style, and that you kind of have to find that sort of area and find what you're good at and use that, because not everyone on YouTube is a profound artist, but it's something that I've always been interested in. But I can't draw, and I can't make things like Jaden and James can. But it sort of inspired me to sort of just do my own style, try and figure out a style that works for me. I don't actually draw per se. I mean, I do draw on paper. Don't have a Wacom tablet. I don't put it on my YouTube or my DeviantArt usually. Usually, I just save it for use my DeviantArt for photography, and graphic arts. Like I do a bunch of things. I'll link my DeviantArt in the description. In fact, I should probably add that to my descriptions because I do have a DeviantArt, technically speaking. Should probably add that. In fact, let me do that now while I remember to do so. Let me see. Create a studio. I'll do my channel. Upload defaults. I'm gonna throw in my DeviantArt. There we go. There we go. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this is a little bit of a different style. I've already seen these videos. It's not my reaction, it's just my critique, commentary sort of thing. Kind of like the reaction and breakdown videos that I sometimes do for trailers, but in more for what more for YouTube videos, I guess the way they say. Anyways, if you want more commentary videos like this, let me know. Again, I can't really do reaction videos to this because it's just not something that I can do because I've already watched them. There's no raw reaction from them. But I can do what I figured this would be a good thing to try and do. Let's put it that way. Anyways, comment down below what you guys want to see next, what you guys want me to react to, things that you want me to watch, and as long as it's appropriate, I'll probably do it. I won't do music videos because music videos are often copyrighted and get my videos blocked. I don't care about demonetization, but they often result to getting blocked, and it's not a fun field. I also won't do TV shows like episodes for the same reason. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. Again, comment down below what you guys think, your thoughts. Like this video, guys, if you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. All my social media is down in the description. Make sure you guys follow those and check them out. And I hope to see you guys in the future. Let your place with high and bright, not literally. And thank you guys so much for watching by. For you guys are amazing. Peace out and have a good day. I'll catch you guys next time on Flame TV. Peace out and stay awesome, guys. It's been a blast seeing you guys so much. Bye. Hope to see you guys in the future. Peace out and thanks for watching. Bye bye.